Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Railroad Tycoon 3 fan-made scenario. This one is called Central America, and as the title suggests, it takes place in Central America, from Mexico to Colombia, so it's all the countries in between. We have to start in 1890 and we have to have no AI. Going to be playing on an expert. Let's go. So I've played this one on medium and I did get gold. It's quite a simple, straightforward-y scenario, but I've never played it on expert, so I've got no idea what it's going to be like. But it's sort of a simple connect the cities and build up a profitable company type scenario, rather than buying out AI or worrying about industry profits. I mean, obviously industry profit does help, and you are going to be buying industry, but the point is you don't have to worry about like net worth or buying out AI or hauling a particular cargo type to a particular city. So as it actually happens, the goals for bronze, silver and gold are the same. It's just a case of how fast can you do it. So for bronze you have 35 years, silver 30 and gold 25. You have been challenged to build a railroad through all 7 Central American countries, connecting each capital and linking the continents of North and South America. How fast can you complete this challenge? So we have to link all 7 capitals in Central America, plus connect the ports in Mexico and Colombia. So that is to say the capital cities of the countries of Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Costa Rica, and I've missed one out. Guatemala. Oh, El Salvador. So, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua. I think I got all 7. Plus connect the ports of Mexico and Colombia. So you only start with access to either Mexico or Colombia, and when I played, Mexico was far better to start in than Colombia. When I started in Colombia, it didn't go well. When I started in Mexico, it went a lot better. Build a company book value of 100 million. So yeah, basically your company ends up huge in this. I think I had like 4,500 miles or 5,000 miles of track by the end. Finish with no debt, that is to say company debt. Personal debt, not really a problem, but we don't care about personal net worth anyway, so I'm not going to be buying on the margin, or much, so it's not really a problem. That's it. It was just 3 goals. No train crashes, no AI, so that's good, so we never need to replace a train because it's crashed. Cheap labour reduces cost for stations, track maintenance and overall company costs. Some grades may exceed 6%. When I played, I don't think I ever exceeded 6%, but then again, I did have a lot of tracks, so maybe some of it was like 7%, but if you're careful, you can make all track, I think, 6% or less. Entry into each new country brings a small reward. Yeah, so when you start out, you can build unconnected track, but access costs for countries become a lot cheaper once you become next to them. So like Mexico is over here. If you wanted to get into like Nicaragua in the centre or Panama down here, it'd be a lot more expensive than if you already had track in the neighbouring countries, say Guatemala, El Salvador or Costa Rica or whatever. It goes from being like 10 million to like 5 million. So it's still a lot, but whatever. I've just rotated the map the wrong way. It was upside down. So yes, we need to create a company. We start with 1.65 million, which is pretty standard and very nice amount of money to start with. I don't know what to go for. I might just go for my typical logo that I really like, which I believe, yeah, it's this one. And we're just going to call ourselves the Grand Central American Railroad, because I can't think of a better name. We want to start in Mexico. Mexico welcomes your railroad company. They reduce the interest rates on bonds and increase your company's credit rating for 2 years. Connect Mexico to the port of Cartagena in Colombia, plus all the Central American capitals to win the game. Yeah, so Cartagena in Colombia is here, and that is at the other end of the map, and we basically have to go from Mexico, working backwards. So, and then to one of these cities in Mexico. I believe it's Cardenas. So as it stands, we only have access to Mexico, and access to Guatemala costs 4 million, access to Belize 1 million. Everywhere else is like 10 or 12 million. And we can't even get access to Colombia. The only time you can get access to Colombia is, I believe, when you connect all 7 capitals. Mexico, Colombia, and Jamaica over here, not counting. So, obviously, we don't care for personal net worth. So we can issue as much stock and reduce the dividend to 0. Issue as much stock as we like. And we actually start in economy normal, but with a prime rate of 5%, so we could well issue our bond at 7%. If needs be. Right, well, since we start in Mexico, why not start building some rail? So, starting Cardenas. So, stations and maintenance and service cost 25% less, which is very nice. Hotel, post office, restaurant, tavern cost the same amount, and industries cost the same amount. But yeah, so 25% cheaper stations and whatnot, and we can build unconnected track. Obviously, very nice. Let's just connect all the track. One thing I will say about this map, and I did comment this in the relevant forum thread, is this is a really nice map. It looks really good, and it's used a satellite image as well to make it sort of geographically accurate. The downside to this map is that there's no trees. Obviously there's trees where there are farms, but that's it. It does make track building simpler and cheaper, although I've got the high trees option on permanently when building track, and I highly recommend you do that because it makes building track a lot easier. But yeah, no trees on the entire map, so it looks a bit boring in places. Grand Central American Railroad starts railroad. New company promises to link Central American capitals with rail. As we do. This is true. So there are weapons which are supplied by the ports, but they're not really profitable to haul anywhere. So we can get a train, and that's what would be a Duke, just between here and here. So you may notice, doesn't really need a dining car. You may notice that the consolidation used to be available in 1865, it's now only available in 1881. I believe it has the same stats, but it has a 45mph top speed rather than 60mph top speed. But I believe otherwise it is the same. Does however mean that the Duke is actually very good. Because it's got a higher top speed than the consolidation. Okay, it's worse on hills, but it's cheaper to buy, the same cost to maintain, and it's just better all around, apart from reliability. Actually, reliability of the Duke is above average, and I always thought that the Duke was average on everything, but so maybe that's been changed as well. I don't know. I think I will take out bond. We did already issue stock, but yeah, I think I'm going to take out bond. And then just connect up some more cities. So I think I found that early on, your best bet is obviously to just connect as many cities as you physically can. Could go the large for that. Medium just about covers it, so yeah, maybe just a medium for now. Because the thing is we only have 25 years, but the company does get very big very quickly. And obviously it needs to, because these objectives aren't easy. Having to connect so many cities so far away and whatnot. That is a very profitable dairy farm that's also way too expensive for us to ever purchase, unfortunately. So, Victoria to Taco Palca seems like it could be a good idea. Although it's only overhauling one load of milk. So there might be no train crashes, but you obviously still need maintenance and service for the purposes of fuel and water and everything. Do I have enough money to just about build this rail line? Yeah, but I'm going to need another bond. Unfortunately, it's still only 7%. Ooh, that's odd. Goes up to 11 if I want another one. Okay, there's officially nothing here. Some logs and some pulpwood, but there's no demand anywhere for them. So we can't really ship them anywhere. But we can go Carmen to Escarcega? I don't know. What? Why is it not valid? Oh, for fuck's sake, that's not connected. Well. Great! Okay, so that's 5 trains. Hopefully we'll make money. Oil refineries appeared in the middle of Colombia. Fine by me, I don't really care. Yet, anyway. We could buy a farm or something. Tougher challenge. Do you want to make the challenge of building railroad through blah blah blah? Don't issue stock. Bit late for that. No penalty and the reward will just be no. Yeah, so it's basically pride. Really. There's no penalty and the reward is just pride. But I've already issued stock, so yeah, not gonna happen. There are 566 loads of passengers on the entire map, but only 18 loads of troops. So not many troops, but then again. Yeah, cost to access Central American countries will be reduced as you begin to lay railroad in a neighbouring country. So that's why, like, Belize is 1 million, Guatemala is 4 million. Everywhere else, like 10 or 12 million. But they will get cheaper as we get closer. So I mean, year 1 we've made like $800,000 profit. With no industry, that is very good. Especially when you consider we're paying, well, okay, 70,000 in interest from bonds. 70,000 is not much, but you get the point. Right, so just keep expanding, I guess. Zapata, Salchicha, Chetumal. Chetumal actually has a paper mill, so we could go there. Deliver the pulpwood over. Like so. There you go. So logs, grain, pulpwood. I don't quite know why it demands logs unless just houses in general demand logs. They do not, so I don't know what's demanding logs. Yeah, don't know. It could just be from this lumber mill all the way in Honduras for some reason. Show off more stock. I mean, the stock actually did split 2 for 1. Unfortunately, we're now in a recession, but share price is increasing just because we're profitable, but okie doke. Another thing interesting about this map is that even though it technically ends in 1925, if you just go for bronze, there are never any electric trains on the map, so it's entirely steam, so you don't have to worry about building electric track, which is kind of nice because it makes it a lot cheaper and easier. And also everyone likes steam. No one wants to go to Salchicha, which is a bit depressing for Salchicha. But we can go Salchicha to... don't know really, doesn't make a difference I guess. Salchicha Carmen maybe? And also want to connect up to Zapata. So already, even though we're only in year 2, we've basically connected pretty much every city in Mexico, apart from these ones, which are more mountainous. But we've already got a pretty big network, and it's only like 2 years that we've been playing. Like I said, you can make a lot of money on this map, and it's quite a simple sort of just connect all the cities type map, which I kind of like. It's nice not to really have to think every now and then. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like scenarios that are more involved, but yeah, it's nice to have a simple scenario every now and then. So people want to go to and from here, which is nice. Quite a long way actually, because it's got to go all the way around like that. So I may do something like that, which will actually ease congestion on these sorts of on this track here. Yeah, so we made $941,000 of profit that year with an average speed of... I don't know if that average speed is like lifetime or just for that particular year. It must be just for that particular year because it instantly went from 20 to 15. But I mean, average speed of 20 miles an hour, that's pretty good considering just using Dukes. Okay, the terrain's flat, but yeah, not bad. Right, next. Weapons factory has just appeared near Carmen. Okay, so it requires lumber and steel. I should make that into a large station. There are actually already a shitload of weapons, but they're coming just from like Cardenas and Victoria. Why Victoria? I guess they're just being shipped from Cardenas, which they are. So basically going from Cardenas to Victoria, and then again from Victoria to Carmen. As for lumber and steel, there isn't any at the moment, and there's no steel. Although actually, tell a lie, because Cardenas supplies steel. It's just a shame it's really cheap everywhere, so it's not going to be hauled at a profit anywhere. Right, next stop. Try and get Tecpatan to... I never know how to pronounce this word. I know it's Spanish for city. Ciudad or Ciudad or whatever. But yeah, so Tecpatan to there. Now, this does look like a steep hill, but I believe you can do it with like a 4% gradient. Maybe not even that. Yeah, like 3%, maximum of 4, so pretty good going. Considering on the surface it does look like a pretty steep hill, it isn't really. And my progress has been blocked by a house. What is going on there? Why is there just a random patch of 4% gradient? Oh, I see the problem. There's a tiny bit of hill here. Alright, well we'll have to build something like that then. And then build a large station that doesn't actually cover the entire city. Misses out a house. But yeah, so I think the Duke can handle that sort of gradient. I'm going to save the game. Central America Experts LP. Right, so people want to go to and people want to go from here to Cardenas. Also haul a load of meat and coffee. So, fortunately we can't afford a Duke, but we can... No, we can't issue stock, that's annoying. 12% gradient? Well, 12% interest. It's because... Yeah, the reduced bond, I think it was just the first 2 years, and also we are in a recession, so... Triple B credit rating, not bad, but... But anyway, we can afford train now, so that's fine. New train, the S3. It's faster than the Duke, possibly better on hills, better stats overall, it's more expensive to buy, more expensive to maintain, but passengers don't like it as much, but in fairness, acceptable, still okay for trains. For express trains anyway. I think, yeah, it's an extra 10% for look sharp as opposed to acceptable from all passengers, so realistically acceptable is still okay. So later on we might want to start using S3s. Because they are better top speed and just generally faster. Even though they are more expensive to buy and more expensive to maintain. There's a meat plant here that's not actually profitable, to be fair. Right, now I can issue stock. I'm not going to take out a bond though. So again, very flat gradients, always nice. And a medium station does actually cover the whole town. Just destroy the unnecessary track. And just get a very short train going from Villa Corso to there, the place that I can't pronounce, and I eventually want to get over to Villa Flores. I might have enough money as it stands now. Yeah, large station gets the farm as well. I mean, for Flatland Duke is fine. Yeah, so we made over $1 million that year, even though we're in a recession. So already the company is very profitable, and we have no industry, and that's just with trains and track. So from Villa Flores, we probably want to maybe try and get to Ocosingo. Or alternatively, we just pay the $1 million and get into Belize. Fever sickness! Dengue fever outbreaks usually last 4 to 5 months. Cargo production plummets. Field workers mean it takes longer to load and unload. God damn it. Yeah, so for 4 to 5 months we're not going to make much money. I like how Jamaica is in this map. Jamaica costs $500,000 to get access to, and it consists of 2 cities, and you kind of have to build along a big mountain. I think I did manage to connect the 2 with a gradient of like 4%, and to be fair, it's reasonably profitable. It just kind of costs a bit to set up, and you can, unless you build like a suspension bridge for about 12 million between there and there, you're never going to get like them to connect up. Right, so issue off the stock. Stock's going to split soon, maybe the end of this year. I think we can possibly connect to Ocosingo. Ooh, that's a nasty gradient. Yeah, not a nice gradient there. Right, Okasingo is here, so just follow the cliff. And we can connect with a maximum gradient of about 3%. Ignoring this bit. Don't know if it's possible to do that flatter, but I suppose it's okay. The Duke isn't totally hopeless on gradients, and if it is, then I'll just demolish that and build something new. Try and get a flatter track, but I think for the purposes of what we're dealing with, that's pretty damn good track. So the trick is obviously don't build straight uphill, and when dealing with a big cliff, sort of try and build around the slope rather than sort of going up and down. Although to be fair, I think I kind of got a bit lucky with that, because that's pretty nice track. Because just looking at it as it is, you wouldn't think, yeah, you can sort of do that. To be fair, the game sort of amazes me sometimes with what you can do, and I've talked about this with people online, and it's kind of weird what you can actually do with this game at times. Anyway, go from there to there. Yeah, let's get an S3, why not? Also get a dining car. S3 is better than the Duke for general hills. I think is that actually? I think apart from Tapachula, that's every city in Mexico now connected, and you can't realistically get to Tapachula without access to Guatemala. So that's basically Mexico done, and the next step will just simply be to buy access to Belize. Stock split 2 for 1. Very nice. Again, we made like 1.2 million. Can't issue stock. Could take out a bond at 10%. Hopefully the recession ends soon. The train's going to run out of water, actually. Not quite, but realistically we probably need another service and maintenance here. Actually has kind of increased the gradient a bit. Should have probably built it more over here. That's the problem with building maintenance and service towers, is that you often sort of mess up your track. Might casually destroy this and then just try and rebuild it or something. Ooh, no, that doesn't work. Wow, okay. I've kind of messed this up. That works. Weirdly, that does actually work. It's longer, but it's actually shallower than what I sort of had originally. Okay, it costs a bit of money to fix, but we kind of already have... Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. We kind of already have money, so not really a problem. I don't like how when you destroy track and then rebuild it, it sort of messes up the gradient. Like there, it's like 0, 12, and it's just kind of weird that. Is that about as good as it's going to get, really? Yeah. It's only one tile. That's fine. I think this track's probably going to be not used. Unless we do decide to build up this hill to San Marcos, which maybe... I guess we can keep it for now. But yeah, memo to self, try and build maintenance and service in such a way that it doesn't mess up the track. As it happens, that track is actually shallower, I believe, than what we had originally, but it's still an inconvenience. But yeah, so we want to get into Belize for 1 million. Hopefully the game will let me issue stock soon. Still not letting me do it. I'm not making as much money this year for whatever reason. Don't quite know why that is. So, Nueva Guinea in Nicaragua has just got a toy factory. Let's buy access into Belize. And I suppose one thing is that we did destroy a lot of track, but we didn't destroy like 500,000's worth, so I don't really know why it's done that. I also believe that we do get a lot. I think you get like, is it 250,000 for every city capital? Yeah, because cash just went up by 100,000, so you get 250,000 for every capital city that you connect to. So Belize City obviously being the capital of Belize, that's 250,000. So basically I got paid 100,000 for connecting to Belize. Yeah, there you go. Belize City reached by rail, company awarded 250,000. Obviously very nice. We can also build hotels and whatnot in the cities that have the most passengers. There's actually no passengers. So let's just build like hotels and whatnot in Belize City, because it looks like there's a lot of passengers and mail. We can ship some to Escarega. Yep, there we go. Welcome to Belize, the birthplace of chewing gum. This is the only country in Central America whose official language is English. Belize has some of the most beautiful coast and rich mahogany wood to be found. Logging production now increases. And I believe that is not just Belize, that is globally, so more logs in the entire map's obviously a very good thing. Yeah. And hopefully these hotels and whatnot will make some cash, which they're starting to do. So, logs, yeah, they're sort of here and there. Revolution. Revolt has again returned to Central America. People want change. Change in the social, economic and political structures of the day. Sadly, what it brings is turmoil and very little change. Good news is that revolutions are brief, 4 months at most. Bad news is that costs for track and train skyrocket. Yeah, so basically don't buy track or trains for 4 months. Because they cost like 35% more. And track is going to be a lot more expensive as well. So basically just sit back and let the money pile in for a bit. Maybe buy some industries. 2 million for a meat packer. 850 for the distillery. 2 million for a meat packer would be alright, because it is due an upgrade as well. So it's a very profitable meat packer, so I'm going to buy this. And then upgrade it when we can. Also, this is really profitable. How much is it? 1.8 million. That's worthwhile. High-level politician is forcing your company to pay a $200,000 bribe. The scoundrel. After paying the bribe, you can buy rights of diplomatic immunity for $500,000 to stop this from ever happening again. I did buy the immunity last time. I don't know if it does ever happen again, but we can realistically afford it, so let's just buy the immunity. And then take out 2 more bonds and then buy this paper mill, which has been upgraded. Still not letting me issue stock, which I find a bit weird. There we go. So, bonds, not great. But saying that, we still made like 2 million that year, so can't exactly complain. So, hotels making good money. I mean, the great thing about hotels is, like, after a few years, they pay for themselves. Right, where's other places with stupid amount of passengers and whatnot? What over here? Belize City obviously already has stuff. So the revolution will be at an end. Yeah, because trains are back to normal prices. Build the hotels and whatnot in such a way that you can still upgrade to a large station if needs be. Which I might just do while I still can. Also, the good thing is that not only do these make money, I believe they actually produce more passengers and whatnot, so you get more money for hauling passengers. So it's sort of an all-round win. Could even get like a long-distance train going from Cardenas to like Belize City or something. Right. Just wait for some money to come in and then think about connecting up to like Punta Gorda. Company book value has reached 10 million. Quarries offer your company a discount. Cost of graded track drops 5%. I don't really know what that means, because it's not just track that's talking about, it's graded track, so I don't know how much more graded track costs than regular track. Camelback. I never use the Camelback. It's very good on fuel economy, terrible acceleration, not good on hills, cheap to buy, cheap to maintain, passengers hate it. So it's a very cheap freight train that's not very good on hills. But 60 mile an hour top speed is quite fast actually, I'll give it that. Saying that it will drop once we hit 1900 and we get bigger car loads. So I don't think I've ever used the Camelback, and I don't really see where you'd ever use it, apart from on like a very cheap freight line, because it is obviously a freight train, where you can't afford anything better, I guess. Also, nice flat track. And that is all the cities in Belize connected, which, not that impressive, there's only 4 of them, but still. Maintenance, service, and maintenance and service. So Punta Gorda to Belize. That can be a Duke, I guess, because we're probably going to get some passengers. Yep. And then Belize City to Dangringa. That can be an S3. Because we're probably not going to get passengers. Yeah, just hauling a load of meat. Which is good because I own the meat plant. And I also own this paper plant. Both of which are making money. They're the only 2 industries, quote unquote, I own. At this precise moment. Put down a car on that. So we are getting a lot of passengers just being hauled. If you actually look at our income, it was about equal, although we are still making money more so from freight than express. But we are making a lot of money from express. Economy back on track, that is good news. How much is it to Guatemala now? Still 4 million. I think this is always 4 million. I don't think this ever drops, to be fair. So we're probably going to have to wait a bit before we get into Guatemala. Saying that, Guatemala, quite a big country, so there are a lot of cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Possibly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it looks like 13 cities in Guatemala. Issue off the stock. Could take out some bonds and then actually connect there right now. Or we just wait a bit. Wobbly track. Heavy rains are soaked. Blah 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 blah. Should dry out in 3 months. Trains instructed to run at slower speeds. God damn it. Yeah. I think trains can only go at like... Seems like they can only really go at about 25 miles an hour? Or maybe it's just half speed, I don't know. But to be fair, 25 miles an hour is not bad. Yeah, we definitely want dining cars on all these trains. So many passengers being hauled. Yeah, we made slightly more. We actually made more from express than freight last year because of stupid high numbers of passengers, which are obviously being helped by my hotels, which means more money for me. Not complaining in any regard. Shitload of passengers in Carmen. That building was built very close to the railroad. So yeah, as expected, that weapons factory is not making any money. Right, let's buy access to Guatemala. And then next stop, well, it doesn't really matter anyway, I suppose. Capital of Guatemala is obviously Guatemala City. So just connect as many cities in Guatemala as physically possible before moving on to El Salvador and Honduras. El Salvador, pretty mountainous, but there's only 4 cities in the entire country, so... Honduras, again mountainous, and there are a lot of cities in Honduras. In fact, Honduras is very mountainous. But yeah, problem for later date. Growing prosperity, very nice. Also, the stock is about to split. Ooh. That's not very nice. That works. We don't have any money, but it works. Welcome to Guatemala, centre of the ancient Mayan civilization. Guatemala is known for its large forests and soaring highlands. Volcano Tajumulco at 13,850 feet is the highest point in Central America. Cattle ranches will now increase production. Okay, so there are a few cattle ranches here and there. I guess it means more meat for the meat plant. No. Well, actually, there is a textile mill in Carmen itself, I suppose, but that's kind of far away. And yeah, we are going to get a stock split, which is obviously very nice. Yep, 2 for 1. So, salary just keeps increasing. Obviously very good. Access to Honduras has been reduced to 6 million and 3 million to El Salvador. So yeah, that used to be like 10 million and 10 million. It's obviously a lot less now. I mean, 3 million is still a lot, but considering it used to be 10 million, yeah. So the meat plant and the paper plant are obviously both making money, which is good. Could even connect like some of these cities up, or we just build our way up to Guatemala City. That's not a nice gradient. And fuck, I've built it. Yeah, so it's kind of messed up a bit, but 4%, not too bad. So Zacapa to, let's just go Puerto Barrios, I guess. Actually, Punta Gorda's better. There we go. And then keep building on up. To Guatemala City and Coban, if we have the cash. Don't know if this is going to be possible actually. Yeah, this doesn't look possible. Looks like I'm going to have to go the long way round, which is okay. I kind of expected that. I was kind of just thinking, if this works, then I'd do that, but sadly not. I can get up there with a gradient of like, or maximum gradient like 6%, which I guess is okay. It'd be a lot easier if this meat plant wasn't here. This meat plant's kind of getting in the way. Hang on. Don't give up, because this might just be doable. Huh. That's not too bad actually. Maximum gradient like 5% ish. And then we get up to Guatemala. In fairness, the long way round isn't actually that much longer, but I just kind of wanted to see if this was possible, which it kind of is, oddly enough. The long way round would have obviously just been to go up here, and then to Solola, and then kind of from Solola to Guatemala itself, which is not really much of a shortcut, and it would probably be shallower. But this is kind of interesting, nonetheless. So build that, so we do get $250,000 for doing so. And we've done it with like a maximum gradient of about 5%, 6% in places, but that can't really be helped. The meat plant did kind of get in the way, but not really. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, Guatemala City. Railroad arrives in Guatemala City. Grand Central American Railroad receives key city and awarded $250,000. Yeah. And then go from there to Zacapa. Again using S3. Lots of passengers. So I probably want to build like maintenance and or maybe build hotels in Guatemala City itself. Hard to say really, because all the passengers have just disappeared because they've just got on the train. But I imagine it probably would be a good idea to build hotels and whatnot there. Slightly profitable meat plant, but not worth buying. So yeah, Guatemala itself is pretty profitable. What about San Marcos? Wow, there's a lot of passengers there. And we can haul them to and from Zacapa or Guatemala City itself. I guess Guatemala City, maybe? Let's actually just build hotels and whatnot in Guatemala City. In fairness, even if they don't make money, we're probably still okay because we're making so much money as it is. Because we're already like a really profitable company. Also, we can connect over to Coban, or Coban. Hopefully, yeah, that's a really nasty gradient there. That's better. Building along the cliff definitely helps. Sort of work with the cliff. Wow, that's a lot of passengers there. And they want to go to... no one specific... well, we could just ship them over to Guatemala City. Be the easiest thing. There we go. So that's most of Guatemala hooked up. Very pleased with this. That's always nice. We still have to worry about those 4 cities, which we can easily connect to, because that is nice and flat, assuming we can connect up between Punta Gorda. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. Again, lots of passengers. There's just lots of passengers everywhere, to be honest. So hotels in pretty much every city do help a lot with that. And yeah, dengue fever outbreak, so we can still build track and whatnot because that's not any more expensive. So may as well connect these up to the network, and then we probably have to get into El Salvador before we connect up these 3 cities. In fact, yeah, we will. Fortunately, that's not too difficult. El Salvador costing 3 million. Honduras is a bit of a challenge. It's simply because it's so mountainous. Also, I can actually refinance some of my bonds. Four, 5, 6. Right. Okay, we don't have any money anymore, but... Right. So that's all 6% now. Lots of passengers and whatnot, so... Yeah, it's like coming on for 800 loads in the entire map of passengers. So many. Whoops. That was a mistake. Troops and weapons. Interesting. So that's Guatemala connected up. Apart from those two. So El Salvador for 3 million. And then we want to get over to Santa Ana. San Salvador obviously being the capital. Well, we want to connect all 4 of these really. Sonate, yeah. We can probably figure something out. Try and get to Santa Ana as flat as we can. Yeah, that's good. Welcome to El Salvador! This is the smallest and most densely populated country in Central America, populated mostly by mestizos, mixed European and native descent. Her economy is based on indigo and coffee growing. Coffee farms will now increase production. So, coffee farms, obviously in San Salvador. El Salvador, even. Few over here. But that's about it. So, El Salvador has quite a few coffee farms. Especially around San Salvador. Alright, build hotels, whatnot. Not possible anything. Santa Ana to Guatemala City. And just sit back and wait for some cash to pile in. So I mean the S3 just as a profitable train, or as a express train, is still decent because it is acceptable to passengers. Cars are now being delivered to Central America, checkports in Mexico and Colombia for arrivals of autos. Tyre factories can now be built as well. Okay. The only downside to that is there's no rubber on the entire map. So there's that. But Cardenas now supplies cars, so we're going to start seeing some cars flying around. And we can connect up to San Salvador. Don't know exactly how I want to do this. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Guess San Salvador can act as a terminal. And another $250,000. Yeah, none of these are profitable enough to buy. So San Salvador to Zacapa in Guatemala. Yeah, and unfortunately we've hit 1900, so we've got the bigger carloads. But fortunately, because the scenario ends in 1925, we don't ever get any bigger than what we're currently facing. Next stop, probably San Miguel. Eventually we want to buy into Honduras. Unfortunately that's 6 million. But there are a lot of cities in Honduras. Unfortunately it's quite mountainous. But if you know where to go, you can get away with like 4% grading for most of it, I believe. Yeah, bigger carloads. So, San Miguel. Let's try and get to San Jose as well. Try and be as flat as possible, of course. Unless it's easier to go down from Sonnet. Or Sonate, or however you pronounce it. Well, this will work, it's just a long way. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's not looking like this is actually going to work. So I might have to go with my original plan. Build something like this. Yeah. Which is obviously a long track, but it does mean a maximum gradient of like 4% as opposed to having to deal with a section that's like 10% gradient. Also, the P8 has just become available, which, if you ignore the acceleration being poor, is a very good train. Because it handles hills well, and it goes at 62 miles an hour. Okay, it's less top speed than the S3, but it's actually cheaper to maintain. Better stats, apart from its poor acceleration. But yeah, all round, very good. So San Jose to Santa Ana, may as well make that P8. No passengers. And also want to build like hotels and whatnot in there. We're out of money. Something normally happens. So issue stock. Share price is still sort of increasing, so that's good. And connect up to Tapachula. Whoa, okay, that's not good. Get a short train. Duke's still okay on flat land, but any slight hill and the Duke is fairly useless now. Already issued stock for the year, so that's okay. Right, so I think that's every city in Mexico connected, though not like directly, because you have to go through Guatemala and Belize. Every city in Belize connected, and I want to say, yeah, every city in Guatemala connected as well. So all that's left to do now is start advancing into El Salvador more, and then Honduras. Company book value 25 million. Cost of overall track drops 5%. Hopefully that decreases track maintenance, but I don't think it does. I think it's just new track. Right, so we're 10 years into the game. Yeah, we are going to need to to get rid of the company debt eventually, but that's not really a priority right now. We've still got a fair amount of capital cities to connect to. And we are a quarter of the way there for company book value. So yeah, we've still got a long way to go, but the good news is obviously we are very profitable. Yeah, 6 million for Honduras access. Right, so we've got about $3 million dues. Let's connect up to. Well, let's pause the game. Connect up to Senat, which looks like it's not that profitable. I know the thing is every new country you get into is more bonus stuff. Right, let's build hotels and whatnot here. So like more coffee, more livestock, more logs, etc. And you obviously get more cities to deal with, which means more stations, more track, more trains, more industries, etc. So you do get a lot more money and whatnot. Sonnet to San Salvador will be good. Yeah, just get a P8. It'll be fine. Hopefully I can build up this hill though. If that's... Well, good start so far, it's just how do I finish? How do I finish this without having an awful gradient like... %6 is not really what I want. I guess that works. The P8 probably can handle such a gradient. To be fair, the alternative, of course, is that we just build along this coast. And then probably up this hill, which might be slightly shallower. So obviously not like that, but... Actually, that wasn't too bad then, was it? Okay, gradient is 6% slightly, but... Meh, that'll do. Don't really know what I'm trying to do with this track, but it's sort of okay. Right, so that is all connected to that. That sort of works. Kind of annoyed that this doesn't work though. That's not critical. Yeah, I think that works. Gradient 6% in places, but eh. The alternative would have been to get rid of this bit and then build along round here. Might be better. I can't actually get rid of that now. It's kind of annoying. Right, well in that case, looks like I'll just have to accept that. That'll do. Stupid train. I don't know what the fuck it was doing, but... Okay, that's everywhere in El Salvador connected. Obviously, there's only 4 cities. It's not that impressive, but hey ho. Fact remains that that is the 4 cities connected. Everywhere in Guatemala connected, everywhere in Belize, and everywhere in Mexico connected. So everywhere that we can connect to, because obviously we only have access to 4 countries at the moment, is connected, which is quite nice. Can't issue stock. Just check. There are no cities. Economic boom. Nice. Yep. Yep. It's quite nice actually just to hover over the country just to see what's involved, and yes indeed you do have everywhere connected. Yep. Yep. So obviously not directly, but everywhere is connected in some way or another. And again, the paper mill and that meat plant has been really good. Distillery technically making money, though don't know what's going on this year. Sugar and produce. There's none at the moment there. But whatever. Great, revolution. That's not good. Once the revolution's over, of course, then we can start building track and trains. Although saying that, I think I'm probably going to end this video part here because A, I'm tired, and B, this has gone on for quite some time and there's still obviously a lot of time left. This is a long scenario. Even though it's only 25 years, there is a lot to do. I could just buy access into Honduras while I can. Yeah, I think trains are back to normal price, which is good. Yeah. So, next stop, Tegucigalpa, and that is the capital of Honduras. Still can't issue stock. I might have already done it this year, I forget. I sort of do it automatically and then forget that I've done it. Could even take out bonds if I really wanted to. Yeah, it looks like I've already done it for this year. Meh, I don't know actually. Let's just quickly save the game actually. And I am going to connect up to Tegucigalpa and Choluteca if possible. Which it should well be. So, what's the bonus for Honduras? We'll find out in a bit. Might have to unpause the game actually, for it to tell me. So can I get to Tegucigalpa with no 6% gradient? Maybe. Not looking likely though. I suppose some 6% is okay. Yeah, that's okay. Some 6% is okay. I just don't want any 7%. Because personal reasons. Just the game did say like some gradients may exceed 6%, so I figure if I can get away with maximum of 6%, then it's like job well done type thing. Yeah, I don't know, I'm weird. Anyway. Still need to get to Tegucigalpa on 818,000. Yeah, looks doable. Yep. And with a maximum gradient of like 4% in places, that's fine. So, Tegucigalpa Cheers New Railroad, 250,000, always good. And just get some trains going. Yeah, that's fine for water and whatnot. What's actually in Tegucigalpa? Load of clothes want to go from Tegucigalpa to San Miguel. Looks like there's a very profitable textile mill. Yeah, because there's so much in the way of wool. Yeah, sheep farms now increase production. Once explored by Christopher Columbus and later claimed by Spain, Honduras is now known for her banana plantations and wool textiles. Yeah, because access to Nicaragua reduces 6 million. If you actually look, wool centered around Tegucigalpa, the capital of Honduras itself, hence the very profitable textile mill, and actually basically no produce, which is a bit odd. So banana plantations seemingly not existing at the moment. Kind of odd. Let's build hotels and hotels and whatnot in Tegucigalpa. So Danli itself to Choluteca, I guess. Right. Still can't issue stock. Nope, got a train that's run out of water between Santa Ana and Guatemala City. Where is Santa Ana? It's there. Okay. Well, I can fix that. Yes. Just some of these want to be upgraded. Just getting on a bit. Fortunately, no train crashes, so there is that. Really? Why are these struggling so much? Well, I suppose that extra water tower will help. Also, we need water here. Yeah, just build water here and there. Right, yeah, so Nicaragua is 6 million. Probably still can make more money from Honduras. I mean, Nicaragua, the capital is Managua, which is just there, so that's quite easy to get to. Also, Nicaragua is pretty flat, especially compared to Honduras, which is really mountainous. But Honduras itself, you've still got plenty of cities to connect to. Those two are right next to each other, but we can build like Puerto Barrios, San Pedro, Taylor. Winding mountain routes, I suppose. So if you actually look, there is cargo lying around. But anyway, still have 8.5 million in debt. That'll disappear. We've used up about half our time. Still got fair ways to go though. Could even buy access to Nicaragua right now. 34 million, so about a third the way in the company book value goal. I'm just gonna... this would be a lot harder if you couldn't issue stock. Seeing as issuing stock gives us like $2 million at present. I'm going to save the game and end this video part here because I don't know how long this has gone on for, and I'm tired, basically. And I don't want this video part to go on for like 5 hours, so I think we've been going for about 2 hours, which is about right, so yeah, I'm going to end this video part here. So thank you so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video part. Take care and goodbye, folks.